You're evil, Jason. Your eyebrows are from Slytherin. That's for damn sure.
He's Gryffindor. I would say Gryffindor or Ravenclaw.
Can you please at least tell people I'm not a Hufflepuff? That's really all I care about.
Oh, he is not a Hufflepuff.
Thank you. I'm not irrelevant, Hufflepuffs.
I don't know what a Hufflepuff even means.
I was screwing them together and Jason came out and said, let me have that drill. I'll take care of this. And within 30 seconds, there was smoke coming from the drill bit.
It's a bad drill.
And
It's a bad drill.
I had to immediately back him up because
God, you know why this thing's smoking?
because I had already gotten through 3 corners and he was trying to light it on fire by the 4th corner. I was not having it. So much so that when we go places, I always make sure that I put a new bar of Dial in my bag so that when we get there and he complains about having to use body wash, I just pop it right in the shower. Really brings the vibe up.
You two are so magical.
You know what's nice about a bar of soap? It's like so many.
I thought he was going to say, you know what's nice about a wife?
Oh yeah, it is very thoughtful, and I really do appreciate that guy. You know what's nice about a bar of soap, though? Are Winnie and Baloo the most underrated members of the Kelce family?
Winnie is.
Yeah, Baloo's a dickhead.
Is that terrible to say?
No, because he is.
He's just a pain. He can't help himself, and he's a pain. This morning we woke up, he went into one of the trash cans on the 2nd floor of our house and pulled out a dirty diaper and then busted it open on the dog bed in our room while we were sleeping.
Nice.
That's Baloo. But Winnie's the best, my firstborn child.
She is. And she kills all the groundhogs.
The dog I always want.
To last week's episode.
I did.
Apparently she did.
Okay, so you did listen to last week's episode. How did you feel about Jason blaming you for what happened at the Colts joint practice?
Joke's on him because I said it first.
She actually.
So that's where you got it from, Jason.
There's a couple things that he said on the show where I have said them first.
You fucking thief.
But he's the funny one, Trav.
We're a team. Everything that's mine is hers and everything that's hers is mine.
Like when people were concerned about if I went into labor during the game and he said, well, Kylie better not bother me. And we had Wyatt during football season and I told him that I would have someone tell him after the game was over. And that was a regular season game on our first child. Try and act like I'm high maintenance.
You should use your platform to improve the game of field hockey. And by that, I mean change the rules so it's more exciting.
Oh, Jason.
Listen, have you watched a field hockey game, Travis?
Yeah. I remember watching
there are so many stoppages. Like, who made the rule that you can't use the backside of your... It just doesn't make any sense.
To be fair.
During the birth of Bennett, we saw the... I think it was... What was that? A Vine or a Instagram reel?
I wish it was a Vine. TikTok.
Of him doing absolutely nothing but peeling his bagels. Is there really much he could have done more?
No. I offered to pull it out and she wouldn't let me.
Pull it out. It was a little late for that.
No, the baby.
Oh.
Said he was kind of hoping, that you'd give birth to Bennett at the stadium during the Super Bowl.
What do you mean he was hoping, Travis? I know it was both of you in cahoots.
Could have been so magical.
I know you were both rooting against me.
You could have named her Arizona.
Honestly, we did have a conversation that if she came at the Super Bowl, I think you said it on the podcast that you wanted to name her Super.
Yeah. That
was not going to happen. But I told him that we could do SB as initials, and we were considering Scotty Bennett, which is also a very cute name.
What were we like 3 days away? How a week after?
A week and a half, I think.
Right.
Yeah.
So it wasn't as close
like
as
a week later.
All right.
Sorry to disappoint everyone.
Yeah, it would have been cool. Way to go, uterus.
Don't talk to my uterus.
Little spork dots or four little spork dots. And they were kicking me out. And they said, "Did you do this?" And I said, "Yeah." You
penetrated his skull. AKA, they were playing. Jason didn't like how they were playing, so he stabbed him in the face with a fork. That's basically what happened.
To which Dad's reply was, "Why weren't you watching him?" This is your fault.
Boom!
Who gave him a spork and unleashed him? Exactly. Why the hell would you give that kid a spork and let him just eat his lunch without supervising them.
Yeah. And meanwhile, I got kicked out of preschool because during playtime, we were playing checkers and I was winning because I don't fucking lose at checkers. And if you win, you stay on, right? Like that's the thing.
It's kind of hard to win, Travis, if you never move your back row.
Yeah, so I kept winning, and the teacher told me, Travis, you have to share, and I'm like, that's not how it rolls. Dad always taught us if you win, you stay on. Winner stays on. You know what I mean? It's not fucking yeah. And she said, no, you have to share it. I said, no, I don't, and threw the chair that I was sitting in at her. So
what?
Yeah,
is that a real story?
This is a real story. Yeah.
How did I not remember that?
Yeah.
You threw a chair and a teacher.
You've both been kicked out of preschool?
Yeah. Good luck.
This is what you married into, Kai.
To be fair, if a teacher called me and
Isn't
said,
that surprising?
your kid sporked another kid in the head, I would then address that with my child, not the teacher.
Listen, here's the difference.
It was the 90s,
There was a girl in the same preschool I got kicked out of that rammed my head into an air conditioning unit, and I had a bump on my head.
Probably deserved it.
Probably, but my dad didn't try and get that kid kicked out of school. He just was like, hey, what are growing up? Sometimes you run into an air conditioner.
Honest, I'm going to be honest.
All of a sudden, the sport kid's dad was like, I'm not having this. Like, your son was partaking in the sporking.
Doing things that I wouldn't necessarily do, throwing them in the pool, things like that.
You can't swim.
He's mastered the fun. He's
learn
very,
today.
very good at fun. I swear he's a good dad. Yeah, they understand that when there's green jerseys on the field, that's dad, and vice versa. They do understand that when there's a red jersey on the field, that it's Uncle Trav's team.
Who are they more like? Can you do all three yet, or is Benny too young? Like in terms of like,
well, yeah, Benny doesn't really have a personality right now.
This is a Kylie question, Jason. Shut the fuck up.
Benny and Wyatt look alike, and I would say they definitely strong Kelce genes.
Jason, shut the fuck up.
Ellie looks very much like Kylie's baby pictures.
This is a Kylie question.
Wyatt, I think, is very much like my personality. She's got my brows. She's got my furrow. Yeah, that's a good word. Furrow. Her facial features are very similar.
Let's hear you talk about yourself.
More like those second children.
What's that even mean? She's more like her mother?
She's more like you.
We're more like us. We were like, your mom has told me that that Jason was the difficult sort of emotional. We jokingly said that he gave her PTSD.
Oh, was he?
And that you were sort of more easygooing, more of an easily handled child.
No, I mean, yeah.
I think that's before you guys were old enough to sort of really stir the pot.
What? Why did you have to just chop me at the knees right there? She just pumped both of us up and then slowly just said, yeah, but you still suck way worse. You already know it because I'm thriving in Eagles gear every time I come to Philly.
Yeah, they love you here. You're like honorary.
That's all I wanted to ever be, is just an honorary Eagles fan from Cleveland, Ohio.
Let me just say this about it being the women jerseys. I am almost 6 feet tall and I'm not thin, and I will hold my ground. That's mine.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah. I said what I said.
Getting defensive.
Yes.
Jalen got me a Louis Vuitton bag. It's really nice.
That they are with their significant others for reasons other than that they truly love them.
So that's the big sticking
That is, honestly, that's the part that deeply bothers me.
We're not calling you that.
No, I know that.
That's 100% why she's with me.
I knew that was coming. This guy's a sicko.
Ha, ha, ha.
Yeah.
What?
There are tiny humans living in this house. And he is...
I don't help this whenever I'm there.
I'll say 1% of the time, he is responsible for whatever unfolds after he wakes up a child or disturbs a child.